Hello everyone. Welcome to the world of endless and learning. My name is Elizabeth Joseph. I'm a nurse by profession and I have been teaching nurses for preparing the various nursing licensure exams which is mandatory work in the different parts of the world as a registered nurse. So in this video, we will discuss some of the basic aspects about English RN exam. What are the eligibility criteria to appear for an English RN exam and why it is significantly different from many other nursing comprehensive exams. So let us start with one by one. What do you mean by an English RN exam? What is the meaning of that word English? It is called National Council Licensure Examination for Registered Nurse. Which all are the country we require this exam? This exam is mandated to work as a registered nurse in United States of America and Canada. Why this exam is significantly different from other exam? Because this is called CAT exam, which means Computer Adaptive Test. Might be some of you have write other nursing comprehensive exams and that is computer based test. So what is the difference between this CBT and CAT exams? In CBT or computer based test, when we are logging with our ID and the confirmations mails, the questions already will be loaded in our pool and we can change the answer, the one that we have done previously. Maybe once you reach at the number of question 10, you might be think that the answer that you given in question number 4 was wrong. You can come back and you can change that one. And also even the question answer that might be you given wrong or correct, there will not be any change in the number of questions or the type of questions that you are going to get until the finish of this exam. But in a CAT exam, these questions are evaluating you in every single moment, which means the first answer or the answers of the first 10 questions that you have given will be affect the questions that you are coming on the next session. That might be you give some of the wrong answers and the computer adaptive system understand that you doesn't have that much ability to tackle those type of questions, or you are not competent enough to manage those situations in a real scenario. So the next questions would be little bit easy or little bit in a different area. And when you raise those questions, you might be completely given a correct answer and the computer understand, okay, you are very good with these aspects, and computer will give the questions a little more difficult. Like SATA questions, which mean select all that apply questions. I hope some of you might be start preparing for an English RN exam. You might be know what is the SATA questions and how it is evaluating and what is the aspects related to those questions. So if you are doing in such a way, the computer is keeping a graph for you. So maybe the first 10 questions is correct and after that 2 or 3 questions is wrong, your graph will be go down. And again your questions answers are correct, so your graph will be gradually increasing. So this is the way the examination questions will come for you. And another thing that if you give an answer to a question number 7 and that time you think that the question answer that you are given the number 1 it was wrong, you couldn't able to change. Once you answer, you submit, that question is removed from your pool or your computer. You are not going to see that questions again. And also the number of questions will be based on the performance of your answers or based on your overall performance. If you are good enough or the answers that you have given for the first 60 or 75 questions is good, the computer might be shut down in front of you. That is enough for you and you have passed the exam. Or sometimes computer couldn't able to evaluate your weakness and the strength in different parts of the syllabus. The questions number will be continue until 265. But there is some difference or some updates that recently happened because of the corona issues, which is because of the lack of senders and the large time period. They have decreased the time 6 hours to 4 hours, and this is a temporary change. So once you will, and the number of questions also decreased. Before we used to get around 75 questions, that is the minimum number of questions that you might have perform on the day, but now the number of minimum questions is decreased to 60. But it doesn't mean that the difficulty level or the method of questions has changed. It doesn't change anything, only the number of questions and the time has decreased. So you have to study like the difficulty standards based on the syllabus, updated syllabus, and based on the recently asked questions. So nothing has changed. That always we should keep in our mind. Then another factor, why they are conducting this exam a little bit different way, or why they are conducting in a CAT method. Because they wanted to determine, they wanted to evaluate that you are a person who have enough knowledge to tackle or to work as a first level entry nurse in those countries. That is the reason they are conducting this test in an interview method. We may know that when we are attending an interview, if might be we give the answer wrong, the interviewer he will change the topic or he will ask some other questions from other area. And if you are good enough to give that answer for those questions, we are well managed or our performance was good. So in the same way, this CAT exam also evaluating in every single questions. I hope this aspect understand for you. We'll move to the next things. What are the eligibility criteria for writing an NCLEX-RN exam? The first thing that you should have a complete accredited registered nurse program that you might have completed from your mother country. Or some of you might done your graduation in nursing from other areas or other places. But the main thing that you should have that accreditation program with you along with the transcript. And the second thing or the second step that you have to complete is that you have to apply with the CGFNS for a CS report. CS report means the Credential Evaluation Service for Professional Nurses. For that also you have to submit a lot of documents, and you have to go through a lot of verification process, and it will take sometimes months or sometimes more days. Those things will change, things will depend on each individual. If you want to know more about the data flow, you can go visit the link that I have given in the description box. So the next thing that apply to the Board of Nursing. Board of Nursing means the Texas Board of Nursing or Florida or Illinois. In the America we have different boards. In the same way in the Canada also we have different Board of Nursing. But for all this Board of Nursing, the syllabus will be same. There is no change in the syllabus or the method of exam, because the syllabus is organized and formulated by NCSBN. We will go to that one detail on the next slides. Then the next eligibility requirement is that ATT, attain the ATT. What does it mean, ATT? Authorized to take test. So once you complete this CGFNS CS report, once you complete this Board of Nursing evaluation and verification, you will get an ATT. So this is a time period of around 70 to 90 days, almost 3 months. So within that period, you have to schedule your exam. So that is our next step, how to schedule. So now you have got the ATT, and you have in front of you you have around 72 or 90 days. So within that particular period, you have to choose an appropriate date based on your things that is acceptable, or based on your centers or the places, whatever it is. Who will give or where you have to register for scheduling your exam? Pearson VUE. Pearson VUE is the board or the body that is conducting our NCLEX-RN exam for NCSBN. So if you are a international nurse, you have to pay an extra amount of $150 to schedule your exam in your mother country itself. Or if you are a nurse those who already doing your graduation in United States or Canada, you have only $200 to pay for the scheduling your exam with the Pearson VUE. So that is the scheduling your exam. So the next one, what is here comes the big task for us, the syllabus. So what is the some of the different things or some of the main aspects related to the English Science syllabus. The first thing that you have to keep in your mind that always you should study with an updated syllabus. The English Science exam syllabus updated and formulated organized by the NCSBN, which I have already mentioned before. What is the meaning or what this NCSBN? National Council State Board of Nursing. They are the one who is creating, formulating and arranging all these exams questions for us. They have a panel. That panel contains excellent nurses, those who have done their PhD in nursing education, those who are working as a nurse practitioners with a lot of experience in clinical settings, and those who are doing some researches in nursing exam educations. So these people, they will collect the questions from the real scenario and they will formulate. After that, the NCSBN again they will reevaluate with certain conditions and terms, and finally they will formulate a questions for us. So that is happening behind the scene or behind our exam test plan. Then how frequent they updated this syllabus? Usually the NCSBN will update the English Science test plan syllabus in every 3 years. So the last updation was happened in 2019 April, which will be effective until 2022 March. And another thing, who is the or when was the updation, or what are the contents that have changed in our recent updation? Basically, there is not much changes happen in this recent updation in terms of topic areas, because the previous updation was happened in the year of 2016. So compared to that 2016 syllabus, when we can see that there is not much different in the topic areas. But when we collect information from the students, those who are appear the exams on the last 6 months, we understand a fact that now they are asking more quantity of questions from in an aspect of critical thinking. Or the students, they are getting more questions, more SATA questions, select all that apply questions or multiple response questions, which means that if the question area or the type of questions or the quantity of questions have changed. And when we listen those things, we might be feel the exam is a little more difficult. Yeah, sometimes we may feel it a little more difficult because we know that the SATA questions are some of the difficult type of questions in class R and exam. We might be get around 5 or 6 options, and out of that maybe the 6 options are correct, maybe only 1 option is correct, or sometimes 2 or 3 options is correct. If we pick any wrong options along with the right options, our entire answer for that question will be wrong, or our entire score for that questions will be lost. So that is the thing we should keep in our mind. So that's why we feel that it is one of the difficult question. And the another one is the students, they are getting more critical thinking questions. We know that might be you have write some of the other exams, you know that the critical thinking questions also it's pretty difficult to find the correct answer, because all the options that they are presenting in front of us might be the answer for those questions, but there might be a keyword in the question that the most important, or the initial action a nurse should carry it out, or the immediate intervention. So those keywords we should understand, and we should have an in-depth knowledge of this particular scenario or the topic that they have presented in the question. Then only we can choose the correct option. So that's why we feel that the questions or the exam difficulty level a little more increased. But I assure that if you have a plan, or if you are studying based on a proper strategic method, you can tackle this exam easily. Everything is in your hand, how you are planning and where you are, or from where the resources that you have collected, whether the resources that you have collected is updated or not. And another important thing, that the questions practice should be happen in a very consistent and continuous way. Then only our ability to tackle, ability to crack those questions very easily. Which means that if you are practicing 10 questions today, You have to practice that kind of questions every day, and the next week or the next month you have to increase the number of questions, and finally at the end of 3 month or fourth month you have to cover more like thousands of questions. So when you solve those thousands of questions, automatically you will get an idea how to tackle these type of questions. So that is what will decide whether we are able to perform in an excellent in a very confident way at the day of exam. I hope you understand the thing what I mean. Now we will see a short overview what is the NCLEX test plan syllabus, which is designed by the NCSBN. In this slide you can see the NCSBN, they have divided the NCLEX syllabus or the test plan as a main 4 category based on the client needs. The first category is safe and effective care environment. In that again we have 2 subcategory. That is the management of care, and the another one is the safety and infection control. So overall this first category we can expect around 32% of questions, which means around 1/4 of the questions we can expect from this part. And the next main category is the health promotion and maintenance. From that we can expect around 9% of questions. And the another main category, the third main category is psychosocial integrity. That also carries around 9% of questions. And the last main category is the physiological integrity. That carries 0.5% of our questions, 50% of our questions. So when you are studying, you should keep this category or this division and the percentage in your mind. Which means this physiological integrity, we can expect around 50% of questions. So what are the main subcategory that will come in this physiological integrity? The one thing that the physiological adaptation, how a client is adapting to the physiological situations in terms of their clinical problem or their illness, and the pharmacological medications aspects. And another one is that evaluation and the basic care and the basic needs. We know the Maslow's hierarchy of law. There's a pyramid, the first thing that the physiological need. So those things are connected with the physiological integrity. If you would like to know more about the NCLEX syllabus, updated syllabus, I will give a link on the description box. Go through that and you can study the entire syllabus, how it is designed and what are the contents in each main category. So how many questions we can expect from this particular category, or what are some of the main questions that will connect related to this particular category or subcategory. Is that right? So the next thing that if you plan, if you study based on this updated syllabus and based on the support of some other updated authenticated question bank, that is also very important. Why I said it is very important, because we might have get a lot of applications with the question bank that might be free. So we usually choose those applications and we will practice the questions from those applications. What will happen? Those questions are not authenticated, and we might be practice those questions continuously and we will think that okay, these are the patterns of questions, but in the real day of exam you are not going to get the same pattern of questions that you have practiced from those sources. So always ensure that you are practicing with an authenticated 100% trusted source. You have an enough resource that will definitely help you to prepare this exam in an effective method. So that is the primary thing that you have to create, or you have to find out yourself. You can go through some of the UWorld question bank. This is one of the authenticated and 100% trusted and recently updating questions that we'll get in this question bank. So go through with those questions. If you want to know more about UWorld questions, you can visit the videos that I have done in my channel. So now we see what is NCLEX exam, and how it is designed, and who is the one who formulate this syllabus, and how the updations happen, and the question pool, how long it or how frequent the question pool will change. Every 3 months the question pool of NCLEX exam will change, which means that the 2020 January to March the question pool will change when we come to the month of April or May, which doesn't mean that the entire question will change. Only some of the questions they will remove, and they will add some of the questions based on the recent recommendations from the CDC and recent communicable disease or recent problems that happen in the healthcare system. So always try to collect those recently asked questions and study those topic areas, because we can expect questions from those areas in our exam. I hope you understand with this much point. Now where we reach, okay, we have studied, we have formulated, and we have scheduled our exam. So today, or this is the day of our exam, the big day in front of you. So what is the things you should keep in our mind? Always be calm and try to make your mind relax. And another main important thing, that you know that this exam is little more it will last for 4 hours sometimes. If you are lucky, it might be last only for 1 hour. You will get only 60 questions. But we should always prepare for that 4 hours. So make sure that all your physiological needs are attained. You had your breakfast, or you are physiologically all your needs, you make it well. And another point, carry an acceptable ID, which should be issued from your government body, and it should not be an expired one, and it includes your full name, what you have registered with all other your data flow process. And another thing, that you should have a recent photo along with you, which is within the last 6 months. Then the verification process will happen. Once you will reach the center, they will take your photo, they will do the fingerprint evaluations, and after all those verifications and evaluations, now you are sitting in front of the computer. How do you feel? Don't be anxious. Take a deep breath and relax your mind. Try to bless your mind and brain. And the next thing, yes, the one who is controlling the exams in the center, they will help you how to log in and what are the things you should do. Okay, now you log in your computer and the questions start to coming. Yes, start along with the questions, run along with the questions. Why I said run? Sometimes you might be take a long time for the first 30 or 40 questions, and you understand that okay, the time it's moving very fast, and you might be get anxious, you might be get hurry-burry, and you'll make mistakes. So always keep a time frame while you're practicing, while you're studying. Try to maintain a time frame. So at the day of examination, that will definitely help you to manage your time, and you will not feel much anxious. You will not feel that you couldn't able to get the time to complete the entire questions. So practice in such a way. So now you have finished your exam. Hope you did well. Keep this thing in your mind. Make your dreams in such a way. You can do it. Yes, it's done. Now waiting for your result. So how long it will take? What will happen after the exam? Usually soon after you finish your exam, you will receive a mail from Pearson VUE to your mailbox. Might be in your spam. So in that you have a link which will help you to, which will guide you to get an unofficial report on the 3rd day of your exam. So how you will do that one? Just go through that link, and you might have to pay around $7.9, and you will get an unofficial result that whether you pass or fail. Definitely you are going to pass the exam. If you are preparing in such a way what I told, if you have that confidence, and if you have such a strategic methods and plans in your mind, definitely you are going to make at the first attempt itself. So start studying. Be confident. You can make it. You are going to win. So after the 15 days from the day of exam, you will get an official result So that one also you will get from your mail, and after 10 or 15 days you are going to receive your license. Yes, you are a registered nurse. You are licensed as a registered nurse. Now you have the competency, you have the ability, you have all the proof in your hand to work as a registered nurse in United States of America or Canada. You did it. You can do it. Yes, it's finished. This is the time. These things I present in such a way because I want you to think, you to imagine, okay, these are the things that's happening for me. This is the way I should prepare. And this is the way I am going to perform on the day of my exam. There is nothing to make much worry. There is nothing to make you more anxious. The thing that if you prepared well, if you are confident enough, you are not much anxious. Might be many of you say that this is one of the toughest exam. This is one of the significantly different exam from many other nursing exams. But if you prepared, you have such kind of plan that we have discussed in our video, definitely you can do it. So all the best, prepare well, and happy learning.